you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk, you me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! And he's joining me on the line right now. One of the best comedians out there. And he's got a brand new show on Netflix called Free Bert, which I've already binged, Bert, maybe 5 or 6 of the episodes. It's so hilarious. He's also on the Permission to Party tour, which is coming to Austin, Stephenville, Midland, Chattanooga, Austin, and more. He is the one and only Bert Kreischer. Bert, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great knowing that you've watched the show. That means the world, man. I made this bingeable. Like, I wanted it to be bingeable. I didn't want it to be episodic, and I was very specific with Netflix. I was like, I want by the end of that first episode for you to be invested in this character's journey. At that last line, that very last line in the principal's office, I want you to go, all right, I'm watching episode 2. So that means the world. Thank you so much, Brad.
Well, you know what? You're 100% right that it is bingeable. And I'll tell you what was so great about it is, yes, like, look, I love all the classic sitcoms, the Seinfelds or whatever, right? But when the episode ends, that's kind of where the story dovetails and it's over. And then when you pick up at episode 2, there's somewhere else on some new adventure or whatever. This picks up right, episode 2, you're right where you left off in the principal's office. And the last line, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And I think that I heard you say your daughter came up with, your real life daughter, Isla, came up with this line, I believe, is what I heard. But it's one of the greatest lines I've heard.
That's folklore. I can't confirm nor deny that. But yeah, I mean, let's just say that there was a period where I tried to pay this kid for a line, and she was like, "You can't have me saying that." And I was like, "Can I say it?"
It's one of the great lines in Netflix history. I'm actually going to go out there and say it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. It popped me so much, man. And you know what's great is, like, because to me, this show, similar to like what Shane did with Tires or even Mo Amer did with Mo, it's look, I'm going to figure out how to put a spotlight on the comedy that I'm good at. I'm going to play this heightened version of myself in these extreme situations or what have you. And it really is just, that's the vehicle now. It's like people want authenticity. And when I watch the show, obviously I know the volume's turned up the same way Larry would be in Curb or whatever, but it just seems so authentic to you.
You know what it is? It is my voice. I was all over the writing of that. I mean, that is my thumbprint everywhere. And it's my story. It's like, listen, the very opening scene, and I won't give it away, is based off a corporate gig I did in Vail, Colorado, where I did it for a bunch of hedge fund guys. And I started doing my act, and the guy just stops me. It's like 150 dudes. The guy just stops me, and he goes, "Hey, man, I'll tell you what, put the shirt back on, take it off, and then tell the machine, and then we're good. That's all we need from you." And I was like, okay. And so I did it. And it was, and we, but I wanted to take scenes from my life and fictionalize them so they were a little more interesting, a little more digestible, maybe had a little more weight to them, like the Pac-Man T-Pain that is entirely based off of me going on Conan on a lark and telling about Isla getting her period. That is, I did screw up publicly with my family, and I always tried to right the boat, and I always made it worse.
But the thing is, of course, like, you want to base it on stuff that's actually happened. And the young actress who plays Isla, she's throwing 100 miles an hour in this show. She is so funny.
Dude, she's throwing fastballs, isn't she?
She is so funny, and her timing is great. I even think she had a comment about Leanne, who is played by Arden so well. And, Mom doesn't have, what did she say? Mom doesn't have a fastball or something like that. Whatever she was saying, it was the lines were great in it. And, what I love, too, when you mentioned the shirt thing, because I am a hellacious pro wrestling fan. My radio show I do with Booker T, and it's all about a gimmick, right? Wrestling's all about a gimmick. I know you've been around the wrestling world lately. You had a great podcast episode with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and they all work their gimmick, right? Every time I go somewhere with Booker T, everyone's like, "Hey, can you dig it, sucker?" and let me record it or do my voicemail or whatever the case is. I'm sure it's the same with the taking the shirt off. It becomes like a gimmick, but it's like, okay, yeah, I do that, but then there's so many more things to the show than just me taking my shirt off.
Yeah, I think it's so funny you say that because I grew up on pro wrestling. I'm good friends with Cody Rhodes, and I didn't realize what an influence his dad was on me, and what an influence wrestling was on me until Cody one time told me, he goes, you're the most professional wrestler I've ever met that doesn't wrestle. He goes, you cut a promo so fast, you take your shirt off, he goes, you sell yourself, you put yourself over with people. He's like, I've never seen someone sell themselves quicker to a stranger. And he was like, dude, you are a pro wrestler. And then I got in the ring and I body slammed Austin Theory. Did you see that? I mean, come on, let's get real. I mean, but yeah, I it's funny. I think pro wrestling is kind of infiltrates a little bit of everywhere in life. And as a Florida kid that grew up around pro wrestling, I'm kind of proud to say that.
Oh yeah. Dusty was big in Florida, championship wrestling from Florida with the Grahams and all that. And to me, what you just said is right. There's a little bit of everything in pro wrestling, but I think if there's an industry that's such a one-to-one comparison, it is stand-up. Right? You're making the towns.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, you look at Tony Hinchcliffe, he is completely playing a heel. If you look at it's crazy when you look at Shane Gillis, he's a babyface. There's so many comparisons in stand-up, and I think my best promos that I ever cut when I have to promote something are always done wrestling style with a big long rant and a big analogy and a big laugh and a big pop at the end. Yeah, I love it. But of course I love it. I'm from Florida.
Look, I'm from Texas. What are we talking about? This is part of our culture and our DNA.
Dude, the Von Erichs were my heroes. That was my Saturday morning.
Oh, of course, WCCW. Did you see the Iron Claw movie about their life?
I did not. I was afraid to. I don't remember Kerry Von Erich as 5'8".
I hear you. Well, he wasn't. It was a tough watch. It was a tough watch because it was so sad. But I'll tell you what, Free Bert is not a tough watch because, again, the way that you cut this show together. And was this just hey, I want to find the right vehicle? Because, look, you come up with the show yourself. It's I just want to come up with the right premise in order to have this comedy play the way that I want it to. Was it just kind of figuring out what the entry point would be?
No, I always knew I wanted it to be exactly like my life. I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted my daughter's names in it. I wanted my wife's name in it. I wanted to live in LA. I wanted all our experiences. As alienating as those sound to an executive, I was like, they're relatable to the rest of the world. Trust me, I'm touring these arenas and I'm talking to people and they're telling me I have an Isla. Leanne and I are just like you. My oldest won't talk to me. And I was like, this is relatable. This isn't just, they think, well, we got to have you live in Boston and you're a beer salesman. That's relatable. And I was like, no, that's not. I want to be me. That's who people know.
Yeah, and to me, I think that's what comes through with the authenticity of the show. And you're playing yourself. Again, people need to go check out Free Bert. And also the Permission to Party World Tour is coming through Texas and Tennessee. And let me ask you this. I've always been curious because Jay Leno famously didn't do a stand-up. Right? I mean, never did a special, right? One of the great stand-ups never did a special because he's like, I don't want to waste all this, in his words, use all my material up and then I can't go and do it in the clubs. And that's the one difference between, I guess, one of the big differences between pro wrestling and stand-up is Stone Cold can always do a Stone Cold Stunner and it's going to get a pop. You can't always tell the same joke and get the same reaction, right? So is it ever hang
on.
Yeah.
I can. I can. I've been telling the machine for 15 years.
That's true. That's actually a great point. You know what? I think
that's what makes me even more of a pro wrestler.
I think you and Dice Clay with his nursery rhymes, right? Like those are the only ones I think that people will go to see a particular joke from a comic. But like, is there ever any concern of like, I'm going to do this tour, I'm assuming it's going to end with a special, and then I got to start all over again?
Oh, when you get done your special and you start your new material, you are just as bad as the day you started stand-up. You have zero material, and you are so self-conscious and so self-deprecating, and then it's amazing. The second you get a joke that works, it's almost like you're like learning how to ride a bike again. And you're like, wait. I'm a good comedian. I forgot I was a good comedian. And then once you start building the hour and start whittling it down and fine-tuning it, you're like, oh, dude. Like you start going like, it's almost like your memory comes back and you're like, I'm dope. Like I am really good at this. I watched all my old specials. That's how bad I felt about my new hour when I first started it, like 6 months ago. I watched all my new specials and I was like, why can't I just do this stuff? It was so good.
Well, you know what? If people have a chance to check you out in Austin, Midland, Chattanooga, all those areas, the dates are available on your website. Free Bert on Netflix. Funniest show with the greatest ending line of a first episode in television history. Bert, man, I really do appreciate the time this morning. Congrats, brother.
Brother, thank you so much. Brad, thank you.